2001 in all of United States. Not one of those more than 100,000 interviews resulted in anything that they can use to indict someone on any unlawful activities. Immediately after 2001, there has been a great focus on people from of Iraqi origin. Subsequently thereafter, there was a greater focus on, it's okay, I'll speak louder. There has been a great focus on people from Afghanistan origin. And then there was focus on people of Pakistani origin. Then of course there was focus on people from Iranian origin, such as many of you. So there has been different phases over these past 7-8 years. But during this all 7-8 years, as Jenny and Peter both said, not overwhelming, almost all of them were innocent people, law-abiding citizens and residents of this country who are going about doing their business, students, family people, business people, who have nothing to do. At most they may have gotten a traffic ticket, speeding or running a red light and whatever. But other than that, you never have had any encounter whatsoever with law enforcement. But yet, FBI did visit. And I know in this community there were several people who were visited by FBI. And same is true in several other communities. So the answer to Peter's question is that there are thousands of people who were harassed, intimidated by FBI on an ongoing basis, not only in Southern California but throughout the country. And it is up to us, up to you and I together, to simply stand up and exercise your basic right, which is simply to say, not to go to hell, but simply say, sorry Charlie, I'm not going to talk to you, talk to my friend Jenny. That's simple. And I want to emphasize and underscore what Jenny said, which is extremely, extremely important and the most common mistake that Muslims do. Anytime a person comes to your door, including the meter reader of your gas, you love to invite them and convert them into a Muslim and offer them tea, right or wrong? Raise your hands if I am wrong. This happens all the time. Whether you are a Pakistani or an Irani or an Afghani or a doesn't matter. You know, the hospitality is in your DNA. The moment that person comes into your house, you have given your consent for that person to come and interview you. Now you're fair game. You're fair game. As simple as, let's say, I know we played in one of the workshops this role play. So I'm an FBI agent, I come and knock your door and you open the door and I say, oh, this beautiful calligraphy, I love it. What's your response? Could somebody tell me? So one response is take it. This is very generous. Let's say a person like me who is not as generous as this sister will say, please come in, come look closely. This is done in such nostalgic fashion and this is done in Isfahan and this is a very unique work and so on. Now you have allowed him to come in. And the next thing he is going to say is pick up a piece. All he is going to read on that, oh, there's jihad written on this. So you're studying jihad. And I'm not making this up. This happened in Southern California. And now suddenly you are a person of interest. A person who is studying jihad. Now if I take any of the Arabic book, chances are that half of it or somewhere in the scripture there is a word jihad. Now it essentially implies that you are studying jihad. And the Maulana is here and you could very well say, every fourth page there is a word, either jihad or something related to jihad. Now you are a student of jihad. You have a photocopied paper, you downloaded khutbah of Shakil Sayyid, for example, or Sheikh Mahmoud Musawi. And in that khutbah, this is not your script. This is not something you have written. Somebody else has written this and it happened to have, you have downloaded from Google and printed that. Now you are studying jihad. So you are a person of interest. So this is extremely, extremely important. Learn how to be rude to FBI agents. And simply say, you stand outside, sir, and I will come outside and talk to you. So you go outside, you say, give me your business card. You don't have your business card, you give them a piece of paper and a pen and say, write your name. and your number, and my good attorney will call you. End of story. And you go inside, lock the door. Now, if they have to talk to you, and if they feel that they have to, they have other ways to do so, which is have a warrant, come inside, show you, have you acknowledge the warrant, and so on and so forth. But 99% of the times, they are coming simply to harass you. Number two, since I'm at it, mothers who are home, they came, knocked the door, and the man of the house is not here. Oh, we came to see Mr. such and such, your husband, your son, your brother, and you'll very cordially say that, you know what, he's at school, or he's at work. The follow-up question, where is the office? And you dutifully take a piece of paper and write the address and phone number. This is my husband's workplace, he works at such and such corporation, this is the telephone number. You don't need to give that information at all. You again simply say, leave your business card and my husband will call you. And then instead of husband, Jenny calls. I'm sorry, I took a long time for your easy question.
I wanted to move to talk briefly about rights at airports and customs and the borders, which is actually, unfortunately, one of the places where most of the rules that we've talked about so far simply do not apply. And I'll go through this fairly quickly. Let me start with the fact that this is one area that your immigration status does matter, whether you're a citizen, whether you're a legal permanent resident, whether you're a visa holder, with respect to interrogation rights, questioning rights in particular. If you are a citizen of the United States, when you re-enter the country, you have an absolute right to re-enter. They can ask you questions to make sure that you are a citizen, to make sure that you are not using somebody else's passport, but they cannot ask you questions. They cannot keep you out of the country based on your answers to questions about where you've been, what you've been doing, what you think about the political scene in Washington or in the Middle East. And you can say, if you are an American citizen and they have no reason to doubt that, I don't want to answer your questions, I'm tired, I would like to go home, and they must let you into the country. If you are a visa holder, it's a little bit different. You must answer their questions. The customs agent, the immigration agent at the port of entry can deny you entry even if you have a valid visa that was obtained abroad. Even if you're traveling on a student visa and you've already paid your tuition, you already have your visa, if you don't answer questions satisfactorily, and the officer has reason to think that he or she may be able to deny your entry, he or she can do that. So if you're a visa holder, you must answer questions. If you're a legal permanent resident, the law is actually not completely clear on whether or not you must. But at this point, we recommend that you answer questions. If the questions become too intrusive about your religious, your political beliefs, your personal life, resist, object, file a complaint afterward, but in general, answer the questions. And of course, as Jenny already said, if you are a non-citizen, you must remember to carry your documents when you're coming into the country. If any of you needed us to come here for that, you're in trouble. With respect to searches on the way back into the country, on the way into the country, whether you are a citizen or a non-citizen, customs agents can search your belongings. They can do that without any reason to believe that you may be engaged in any kind of criminal activity. I mean, they can search your bags. Obviously, when you're going on planes, they can do the screening where they are looking solely for things that might be a danger on the flight. When you're actually re-entering the country, they can look for anything. The searches still have to be basically reasonable. They can look through all your bag, but they can't conduct a strip search without some reason to believe that you are hiding something.